Think you can quit sugar anytime? It's engineered to keep you hooked. And today, I'll show you how to break it. Most people don't realize sugar isn't just empty calories. It's designed to keep you coming back for more. In this video, I'm going to show you why sugar feels impossible to quit, how it secretly controls your energy, cravings, even your moods, and the exact steps you can use to finally break free from it for good. I'm David Baker. I'm an ICU nurse and health coach, and I make these videos because almost everything you've been taught about diabetes is wrong. I help people put their type 2 diabetes into remission naturally while reducing or eliminating a lot of their prescription medications. I've spent years on the front lines of healthcare, and now I share the exact strategies I use with my clients every day. Now, these same methods have transformed their health, and they can do the same for you too. Okay, we're going to start with a study. This is done by Harvard Health, and it shows Americans average 60 pounds of sugar every year. Picture that, a 5-pound bag of sugar from the grocery store, now stack up 12 of them in a pile. And that's how much the average person is pouring into their body annually. This isn't empty calories. That's a flood of sugar, and this fuels obesity, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, heart disease, inflammation, and it even speeds up your aging. So every teaspoon isn't just sweet, it's stress on your body. So when you hear that number, 60 pounds, the question isn't why should I quit sugar? It's how fast can I get it out of my life, get it out of my body. Now, why sugar feels so impossible to quit? Most people think sugar cravings are about taste, that you just like sweets, like I've got a sweet tooth. But what if sugar just doesn't please your taste buds? What if it rewires your brain like a drug? So there's other research, and it shows sugar hijacks the same dopamine pathways as cocaine and other drugs. It trains your brain to crave the reward. So when you take sugar, it lights up the pleasure centers in the brain, and when you don't get it, you're going to feel that withdrawal. And that's why you don't just enjoy sugar, your brain learns to demand it. So the reason you reach for sugar isn't just weak willpower, it's because your brain has been hacked. Now we're going to get into the food industry's role. And here's the part most people never hear. The sugar addiction isn't just an accident of biology, it's by design. So you have food companies, and they literally hire experts in psychophysics, and it's people like Howard Moskowitz. Now, this guy's worked everything from the military, helped design the MREs where the GIs can be able to eat the food. It can be flavorful. He's worked for multiple food companies, and they hire this guy because he can increase sales. And if he keeps sales going up and revenue, they are way more profitable. So how does he do this? So what they do is they test thousands of flavor combinations till they hit what they call a bliss point. So what's a bliss point? That is the exact mixture of salts, fats, sugars, and all these light up the brain's reward system, and it keeps you coming back for more. It's not about nutrition. They are literally engineering addiction. So you can't just stop eating processed food. It's not really your fault. It's because these billion-dollar companies built them to be addicted. They spend a lot of money to do this. So when you hear like the old Lay's potato chip slogan, hey, you can't just eat one, that is by design. So the truth about sugar addiction is some people say that it's not addictive, that it's about self-control, but the science, it tells a different story. So there's other lab studies, and when they have animals, what they've done with these animal studies is they've put them through, and they'll get them addicted to different drugs, and they also get them addicted to sugar. In these studies, the animals, when given a choice, they consistently choose sugar over cocaine when given the option. And humans show the same patterns. They have cravings, binging, withdrawal, and tolerance. So sugar checks every box that defines addiction, just like nicotine, alcohol, or caffeine. That's why quitting sugar can feel harder than quitting cigarettes, because for your brain, the battle's the same. You're getting those dopamine hits. And before I show you exactly how to break free, which you'll want to stay to the end so you'll know how to do it, I want you to know that I put all this into a simple roadmap called the 6 Steps to Reversing Diabetes Naturally. It's free, it's easy to download, and it lays out the exact framework I use with my clients to cut their sugar, lower glucose, and regain their health. So you can grab it in the description below, and it'll make the steps that I'm about to go over a lot easier to follow. the 7-step plan to break free. So if sugar is addictive and food companies are designing that way on purpose, the big question is, how do you actually break free? Okay, step one, quit cold turkey. Trying to come back, trying to cut back slowly, it just keeps the cycle going. So I'm going to use this illustration multiple times because the addiction is the same. I'm going to use examples of cigarettes and alcohol and drugs. But it's like if you had cigarettes, there's like 20 in a pack, and say you're trying to cut down. So you go from, you're a pack a day, cut down from 20 to 19 each week. You're cutting down a cigarette. It's terrible because you're used to getting the full amount of dopamine hits from this. And now you're only getting part of that. So it's going to keep you in this constant state of withdrawal. Same way with drinking. It's like, say, drink a 12 pack a day or whatever, and you cut down from 12 to 11, 10, 9. So you're still getting the alcohol. So you're still addicted, but you're not getting the full dopamine release. So it's going to keep you in this constant state of withdrawal. Same way as sugar. If you try to cut back a little bit at a time, you're withdrawing the whole time. And when you're withdrawing, you're going to be miserable, and the people around you are going to be miserable. Research shows that the fastest way to reset your brain's dopamine system is to cut sugar completely, all at once. It's tough for a few days, but once you're through, the cravings shrink dramatically. It takes about 10 days for your body to withdraw from sugar, to get it all the way out. When I did this, and I don't crave it at all. I quit sugar a long time ago, and you wouldn't believe it. I don't even crave it. Step two, write down your why. Quitting sugar isn't just about food, it's about your identity. So when I say identity, when people are quitting cigarettes or they're quitting drinking or the drugs, they want you to change your identity. So instead of saying like, yeah, I used to smoke this or that, I used to drink this much, or I do this, you say, no, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't eat sugar. So you want to change that identity in the way you identify yourself and your mental self-image. Next, you want to write down your goals. And that gives you a reason bigger than cravings. Like, I want to live longer for my kids, my grandkids. I want to break free from all these medications I'm taking. I want to start reversing my type 2 diabetes. So if your why is strong, your willpower doesn't have to be. Okay, step 3, clear the house. If it's in your pantry, it's in your body. So, like if you're trying to quit smoking, you're not going to leave a pack of cigarettes on the kitchen counter. If you're trying to quit drinking, you're not going to leave beer in the fridge. Sugar is the same way. If you're trying to quit sugar, you don't want it in the house. So you need to remove hidden sugars from your kitchen, like cereal, juices, energy bars, because when your withdrawal hits, you're going to grab whatever's there. And your environment is stronger than your willpower. Okay, step 4, plan 10 days of real food. So the biggest trap is getting hungry and reaching for any old habits. And also, a big trick to getting this is you do not want to start a diet the same time you're trying to withdraw from sugar. So you don't want to be withdrawing from sugar and hungry. So you need to plan out 10 days of balanced meal, and you want protein, you want healthy fats, you want fiber, so you don't feel deprived. And you want to eat till you're full because you're not going to have that dopamine hit. And so it's kind of like when smokers, when they get done eating, they go smoke. Or when people get done eating, they automatically want dessert. They want something sugary to get that complete feeling, that dopamine hit. So you want to eat full, good food. And if you fail to plan, the sugar is going to win by default. So after that, step 5, and you want to boost that dopamine because you're not going to be getting it from sugar. So your brain's wired to seek pleasure. So if you cut sugar, you got to replace it. How do you do that? Exercise, music, sunlight, hobbies, anything you enjoy normally, it's going to raise those dopamine levels naturally. It's going to retrain your brain to find joy without the sugar. So every time you move your body, you're weakening your sugars hold. So step 6, exercise. Most people think exercise is about burning calories, but even 20 minutes of walking helps your muscles absorb excess sugar from your body. It lowers cravings. It stabilizes your energy. And exercise isn't punishment. It's literally medicine, and it releases dopamine. And it's going to decrease stress, which is the next step. Step 7, manage stress and sleep. Have you ever noticed that you crave sugar when you're most stressed? Have you ever heard of stress eaters? People that get stressed or they're unhappy and they just go binge on junk food. Same way with smokers. When they're stressed, what do they reach for? They smoke. Drinkers, they drink. So what they do is they dealing with whatever problem they have, and that they're trying to get that dopamine release. Cigarettes will release that dopamine, drugs will do that, alcohol will do that, and sugar does that too. So when you're stressed, it releases the cortisol. So when that cortisol and sleep deprivation, these both spike sugar cravings. So um, the better you have sleep and the better stress control, you improve these, that's as powerful as a diet change. So fix your sleep and half your cravings are going to vanish. That's the truth. Breaking sugar addiction isn't about willpower. It's not about being perfect. It's about resetting your brain. Protect yourself from engineered food and building a new environment where sugar doesn't have a control on you anymore. So once you do that, you're not just quitting sugar, you're going to be taking back your health and your freedom, and you're going to be on your way to living a way better life. And if you want a better way to do this, I've got that simple roadmap to put it in these steps into practice. And I created a free guide called the 6 Steps to Reversing Diabetes Naturally. It's the exact system I use with my clients to cut sugar, lower glucose, and even reverse type 2 diabetes. Grab it free in the description below and then watch the next video, because I'll break down the 3 most common diabetes mistakes and how to fix them. That way you got both the roadmap and the pitfalls to avoid. I'll see you there.